It's a powdered mixture of iron oxide and aluminium, which when ignited burns at 2,500 degrees Celsius, which is very, very hot. This is a car. It's been specially chosen to be destroyed because it's old, it's white, but more importantly, because it's French. It's basically a huge lump of metal, and well, it's very hard to melt. Lucky then, the brainiacs have plenty of thermite, specially packed into the slow release mechanism of a garden flower pot. A pile on the bonnet directly over the engine block should do the trick. Time to light the fuse and give this homage to French engineering the send-off it so richly deserves. The irreversible thermite reaction begins. Within seconds, the fiery concoction eats through the bonnet, spraying molten thermite into the engine beneath. The devastation continues inside until finally a torrent of white-hot liquid metal pours out of the bottom, signaling the inevitable victory of the thermite. A quick check confirms a clear path of destruction through the engine.
So, maybe you may think now, if Niels is trying to tell us the thermite was used to take down the World Trade Center, there's an obvious problem here, because the iron coming out of the flower pot is going through the engine block of the car. This is a horizontal movement. How can you possibly destroy a horizontal column by means of thermite? There's a means to getting around this. The basic idea is all you have to do is put the thermite into a container and it will find its way out of the side of the container. I'll show you a little device which you can buy commercial. What you see now is an advertisement, but it's very short, so I have to tell you what you're going to see. You're going to see the device mounted horizontally, and you'll see two wires coming out from it. It is ignited electrically, and you'll see in front of the little device, there's a steel beam or an iron beam, it doesn't matter. And you'll see what the little device, the little thermite device, does to the steel beam. If any of you has a need to burn down the house while you're on vacation on the Bahamas, this is the way to do it, because it can be triggered long distance. Watch out, it's very fast. That's it. So this is how you can take down vertical steel columns by means of thermite. There are other means of packing and the means of column chances, which I will not have time to show you. Now, evidence for thermite, the thermite has been applied. I've already shown this molten iron was pouring out of the South Tower. But you also found molten iron in the rubble in weeks after the event. This picture was taken 6 weeks after 9/11, and when they dug into the rubble pile and when they poured out things, sometimes steel beams and columns came along, glowing red and dipping with molten steel from the end. This case, yeah, and I have found witnesses' reports, myself counted 23 witnesses of the cleanup workers talking about streams of molten iron, pools of molten iron, and their boots were burning when they were walking on the rock. This next picture was taken, also, it's just an example. At the time, coming up here, this is a thermite reaction from the laboratory to make sure that you get the right associations. This picture, I don't know when it was taken. I had to put it in because what is going on in here? Something completely outrageous is going on in here. This is a thermal map provided by NASA, another scientific institution, who at the time, this is on September the 16th, took an aeroplane and flew over ground zero with an infrared sensitive camera measuring directly the temperature in the surface. This is a thermal map of Ground Zero, not the geographical, a thermal map. And the common code, this is where building the North Tower and the South Tower and building 7 is up here. And the common code here corresponds to a surface temperature of 750 degrees centigrade, while the temperature up here, and this is the very surface of the ground, was 730 degrees centigrade. This is far beyond what you could expect from an ordinary office fire. It would probably never happen. And in the intermediate days, particularly on September the 14th, it had been raining cats and dogs. It has been pouring down showers. And still, you can reach these outrageous temperatures in the surface. And this is an official document. There's nothing secret in this. A week later, it had cooled off. But as I told you, when they were digging in the ground, the molten metal was coming up. Many witnesses pooled the molten metal. Of course, it's never seen before after ordinary fires. And it is not mentioned in any of the official reports, this observation. This simply denies the observation of molten iron in the rock. I call this the longest smoking gun in history because it took the New York Fire Department 3 months to put out the fires on Ground Zero. And they tried everything. They poured millions of gallons of water on the site, and the Hudson River was nearby. They applied a synthetic fiber crescent called pyrocool to cool down. This simply could eliminate. There was something going on, and there were strange chemicals coming out of the ground, eruptions on certain days. Another evidence of thermite were observations in the dust. Now we have to focus the rest of my presentation on the dust. Because the preceding, what I'm going to tell you, are some very early reports done by a private company called the RJB Group, already in December 2003 and 2004. They published a report on the dust where they described the dust, the findings of the dust, the compositions of the dust, the particles found in the dust. And among other things, they found an occurrence of some small iron spheres, balls, which I'll show you in a little while, but in a content of 5.87%, which is roughly 130, 140 times more than you should expect in ordinary office dust. Same observations was made by the US Geological Survey about a year or two afterwards. And because of these reports, in which there were many other observations, which unambiguously implied the occurrence of extremely high temperatures during the collapse of the fire. Yes, please?
What temperature can commercial jet fuel achieve?
Oh, the jet fuel. Okay, let's take the jet fuel. But the very, very first videos I showed you, you saw the impact of the airliner, and you saw a huge fireball outside the building. That's where the jet fuel went.
It's gone.
Outside the building. Maybe 95%. Of course, a little fraction of the jet fuel went with the airliner into the building and started the fires that we saw. But no expert expected any jet fuel to be there after 5, 6, 7 minutes. This is the time what it would take for the jet fuel to be consumed after the impact, whatever was in the building. And jet fuel is not particularly burning particularly hot. It's like kerosene. This is an ordinary hot, what we call a hydrocarbon fire, a diffused hydrocarbon fire. And temperatures reached under these circumstances are maybe 600, 650 degrees centigrade. It is not particularly hot. And no official account or semi-official account are relying on the jet fuel as a source of anything. It was only something which came out of the media very early on. There's no way the jet fuel played a role except for initiating the early fires in the towns.